GM everyone, good morning, good afternoon or good evening. This is Uriel from ZenGo, and I'm excited to go back on a presentation that I made recently during NFT and YC about something that we just launched, and that is, we believe, very, very important to crypto and to crypto wallet. It's a service that we called ClearSign, ZenGo ClearSign. It's essentially something that's going to help you stop losing your NFTs and stop losing your crypto in general. And we've already launched it on iOS and on Android, but I want to really explain what this is about, why it matters, and how you can start to enjoy it today on your phone. So let's get started. So what is ClearSign first? Okay, ZenGo ClearSign is a new, simple and safe way for a crypto wallet to sign a Web3 transaction. Okay, this is what it will look like, and maybe we'll see how we do this presentation. Maybe I will do a demo, but there are already on YouTube a few live demonstrations that you can see. So let's start with the problem. The problem that we saw for already several months is that people lose their NFTs and their crypto just by simply using their wallet on a Web3 application or a Dapp. And hundreds of millions of dollars have already been lost. And this is happening, sadly, all the time. Nothing particular is happening. They're just using their crypto wallet with those Dapps. And what does Web3 signing means? What does that exactly represent? Well, signing is how a crypto wallet interacts with a chain, right? Usually you have application on chain, which is powered by a smart contract. It's a bit technical, but it's an application that developers have made, and the way to interact with it is by connecting your wallet, where your funds are, your NFTs are, and your identities, to this app, so you can authenticate to it. It's as if you were basically signing into that application without a real account. It's the equivalent of signing with Google or Facebook. You can use this application, right? For example, you can claim an airdrop, or you can mint or list on an NFT. Or simply transact, send, and receive with multiple assets, right? So you visit an app, you connect your wallet, and you sign and you use the Dapp. And those are the steps that you're always going to follow every time you want to interact with a Web3 app, whether this is an automated marketplace, or a decentralized exchange, or an NFT marketplace, or whatever app you're going to use on the blockchain. So what is the problem with that? Is that, well, signing is increasingly common and very risky, right? The more and more there is apps, the more and more you're going to use your wallet and interact with them. And it doesn't matter which wallet you're using, you're just going to use them more and more. And crypto used to be only about storing and trading in exchanges, but this is changing, where Web3 is growing to a transactional economy, where people are actually using their wallet to do certain things. And so this is becoming more frequent. So this is something that is quite common. It's not an edge case. Also, another thing is that crypto is no longer a desktop first environment. Crypto happens on the go and on the mobile. And so this is introducing all sorts of new risk and attack vectors that we're going to present in a few seconds. And what we call transactional security. So not the risk associated to how you keep and store your funds and your private key, but how you interact with applications and transactions, and how you protect yourself around that. And the reality is that wallets have not adapted to this new environment, or to this new set of realities, right? It's as if we were still exclusively using wallets for storing our funds and not really, or NFTs, and not really using them. But this is not true. You have to use them. And what also is true is that signing a Web3 transaction has become really, really dangerous, right? There is all sorts of Web3, attack vectors, where even by using the safest wallet, you can be scammed, and you can lose your funds, right? All sorts of phishing scams and Dapp impersonations. OpenSea, for example, just had a major security breach, and you can expect that there is going to be a lot of phishing emails asking you to interact with the wrong OpenSea. A Dapp or a celebrity social account can be taken over. That has happened with, many apps, whether this is Yuga Labs and Bored Ape and Beeple and many others. A Dapp contract can be hacked, all right? The multi-sig contract behind it can be taken over, and then the hack happens. The interface of the Dapp can also be taken over, the URL and the DNS. They are, of course, legitimate original rug pull projects, right? Fake free means, for example, and all sorts of malicious NFT drops, right? You receive an NFT, you think it's okay, and the moment you interact with it, you're going to lose your everything that is in your wallet. Those are real things that are happening all the time. And so there are two risks that are associated to this type of attacks. The first one is the takeover of your seed, that your seed phrase is going to be taken over because you're going to either give it away or give permission that will allow the attacker to take over a program where your seed phrase is stored, something on your computer. That's first risk. And the second is abusive permissions of contract signing, meaning that when you're going to sign a transaction, instead of giving a very, very simple basic permission to do whatever is simple, you're going to give a permission to approve all transactions on all your funds. And what that means is that you're going to lose everything. So here is a few examples of things that have happened in the past. And I just took a few examples, but I couldn't find many more. Fake drops, right? You're receiving a fake, an NFT in your wallet. You're seeing it on a marketplace like OpenSea. You think it's okay, and by interacting with it, you basically trigger the permission that has allowed the attacker to empty your wallet. All sorts of social hacks where the original Twitter account or Instagram account of a very famous project has been taken over and will invite you to use obviously a fake not a fake, a real malicious contract, and you're going to lose your funds there. Can be all sorts of other things like a rogue NFT or a rogue signing, right, where it's very, very sad to come back on those episodes, but those things have happened, and you're not always careful about what you are interacting with, but basically anything that doesn't come from the original maker of a project is very, very likely going to end up with something that will cause your funds to be stolen. There can be also platform bugs, right? Or OpenSea had one in the past where you basically interacting with the contract, and it created a bug where it was easy for an attacker to buy at a very, very cheap rate the NFT compared to the original price. And of course a protocol takeover that has happened to multi-chain, where by taking over the protocol, people interacting with that protocol were basically interacting with the hacker, and it was game over. And something that is very important to also always remember is that there is no perfect protection. You can also lose your funds even with what is considered the best protection, hardware wallets, because at the end of the day, when you give a permission, it doesn't matter which kind of solution you're using. You need to basically understand what you're signing. And it's really, really hard to do that with a hardware wallet. Just really hard because of the size of the screen and the way the transaction is presented. So that has happened to this user, for example. And the problem is actually can be summarized in a very simple sentence, is that the reason all of that is happening is because users don't understand what they are signing up for. They are basically giving an approval with a very, very cryptic message or hard to understand message. And also users do not understand what they do not understand. They think they do, but they actually do not. And the problem is that they will end up probably signing a message that's going to be not okay, right? So people do not understand what they do not understand. So Web3 feels today like a road without red lights. Basically, you were driving a car, there's no brakes, and the wallets feel like a car without brakes and without airbags. And, you're driving, it's okay, but at the moment you're going to lose control, and there is nothing that will stop you, nothing that will protect you, because you are eventually the only person that is capable of making the right decision of whether to interact or not with a wallet. There is no assistance. And the hardware and software wallet alike have not adapted to this reality, right? Private key-based wallet, traditional wallets, are exposing their users to the takeover of their private key, because even though the private key may be protected in the wallet, the out-of-wallet seed protection is up to you, right? So whatever you do with your seed phrase outside of the wallet is really up to you. And so if you give it away during a phishing expedition, this is your problem. It is not related to the wallet that you are actually using. And this is why all wallets are telling you that you are in trouble if you're giving away your private key. So private key based wallets are not providing out of wallet seed protection. They are also providing bad signing user experience. It's very hard to understand what they are and what you are signing. It's even not just understanding what you're signing, it making it sometimes impossible to understand what you are signing, in particular with hardware wallets. So this is, for example, how transaction signing looks like in some popular web3 wallets. As you can see, it's really hard to understand what's going on there. You might need to have a PhD in computer science, and not even, on the mobile it's even worse. It's unreadable, it's unverified, it's unclear if there is a risk, and more importantly, it's unprotected. So this insanity has to stop, and we thought that we could stop it and we could change that today. And the question we ask ourselves is, can a wallet be at the same time highly usable and safe to transact? Not just safe, but safe to transact, and while remaining highly usable. So today not today because we've introduced already for a few days, but we're introducing ClearSign, which is a firewall for Web3 wallet. So what do we mean with that? So ClearSign is a safe signing wallet experience. It protects you against phishing. It protects your seed phrase, because there is no seed phrase to steal, and it will block unexpected and authorized events from specific applications. So this is a typical path that you see normally into an app, a Dapp. You must have seen this path many times on Discord. You're going to be asked to verify the ownership of your NFT over a token in a channel. So you're going to interact with an app called Collab.land. They're going to ask you to verify your asset, and you're going to need to connect your wallet to it, right? And you will be asked to sign a message right there. So this is how ClearSign presents the signing experience of Collab.land and how it enhances the presentation compared to what you saw a few slides before. And just to remind you, this is what usually it looks like, right? All right, so what do we have here? Well, you have a very clear presentation of ClearSign with a verified Collab.land message, a clearly readable, parsed through message. You can also see the full message if you want to, right? You have a button with the full message, and the message structure has been verified, so you know that you are interacting with the verified Collab.land message and not with something that could look like it. Now, ClearSign doesn't stop here. ClearSign will also prevent malicious signatures from taking over your funds, right? And the way it works is basically by looking at the contract of the application, and if it does something that goes beyond its natural permission, it will simply not allow you to sign the transaction, and it will block it, as you can see it from that screen. If you are interacting with a high-risk transaction that may not be malicious, but it's a high-risk transaction, we will make it very clear that this is the case. For example, if you are about to give permission to all your wallet and to interact with everything that is in it, we will not only tell you very clear this is the case, we will ask you twice about it so that you are certain to understand that you are about to give permission to a high-risk transaction. It might not be malicious, but you still need to be aware of it. And we make it extremely clear for people to understand that. So to summarize, ClearSign is a safer user experience. It's easy to understand what you sign up for. You don't have any more gibberish to read through or to decode. You instantly recognizes. You can instantly recognize and trust the message, right? Without having to do multiple type of verification and compare messages with the original and things like that, and read the instructions provided by the application, etc. It recognizes the type of transaction that you are about to interact with. It will create and trigger an alert if you are exposed to a high-risk transaction. It will protect you against unwanted actions in case of Dapp contracts and interface takeover, right? So that you are not going to simply give permission to an app that wants to take all your crypto if that was not expected. And it eliminates completely the risk of seed and password takeover, because ZenGo is working without seed phrase and without password. So if you're getting phished and someone asks you to share your password or your seed phrase on ZenGo, well, there's nothing to share because there's nothing there. So what ClearSign is not. ClearSign is not an insurance on your crypto, right? So this is not going to guarantee you that you will have a full refund if something happens. There's no such thing yet, at least not today. There are some crypto insurance products on the market for certain type of contract and certain type of assets, but ClearSign is not that. This is not an insurance. It's a guided protection against for web3 transactions, so you understand them, and in certain cases will protect you against the theft of your crypto assets. It's not a 100% guarantee that no risk or no scam will ever happen. There is no such thing at 100% guarantee and no scam. Nothing can provide that, no solution, and there is an illusion to believe that any wallet on the market can provide such protection. This is a dream, something that will never ever happen, and even when you think that you are protected, you are not. In particular with hardware wallet, you might have this illusion that you are protected, but you are still exposed to out of wallet seed protection and signing transactions. So this is very important to understand that there is no 100% guarantee. It's not a replacement for awareness. There is no better tool than you being extremely aware of what you're doing, taking the time of being educated and caring for what you're doing and not going after the next click without thinking. And it's not also a protection against rogue attacks that can happen in peer-to-peer deals or peer-to-peer channel. You know, typically someone will approach you on Discord. They will impersonate someone that you think is an official representative of this channel or this NFT project, of this crypto project, and will attract you into what looks like an attractive deal, and you're going to engage with him, and you might lose everything there. Nothing can protect you against this type of social interactions, and so you have to always be careful about who you interact with, in particular with people that you meet through social networks, social media, dating apps, and all kinds of things like that. So ClearSign is not that. Okay? So the vision for ClearSign is very simple: is to bring the world toward the world of Web3 towards a more secure user experience, where the wallet, the dApps, the smart contracts, and the one-to interfaces are interconnected together, but there is this ultimate point of connection, which is the wallet, and protects you from making bad decisions. It helps you being better informed, and it protects you against rogue attacks. So ClearSign has been rolling on iOS and Android already. You can already use that. It's working with Collab.land already today. You can already use it, and I believe that if you go to Collab.land, you will see now somewhere ZenGo has an option to connect. It's also working on other dApps. We released the support for Tokenproof, which was a popular service for party tickets used during NFT NYC. And there are more dApps and transaction types that are going to be released in the coming weeks. So this way you can stay then. And to summarize, I want to just come back on why ZenGo is bringing such a advance in security protection in crypto wallet. This is something that is not said often enough and not said clear enough, so I will take this opportunity to say it. But ZenGo has fast and easy setup and recovery, very strong wallet security, which is resistant to phishing, and thanks to the MPC no seed phrase and no private key model, which is not something that you can find on other wallets. It has now transaction protection because of ClearSign and all the things that we're going to add starting from now. It has simplicity and ease of use, right? Because it's so simple to get in it, and there is no compromise between security and user experience in ZenGo. So this is something very, very important for everyone to realize. I'm going very, very fast on the last slide because this slide is very, very important. This is a slide for developers. If you're building a Dapp and you want us to consider your Dapp to be supported by ClearSign, you can just connect with us, right? zengo.rocks/connect, and we'll be happy to consider your Dapp for the support of ClearSign. The good news is that you do not need to do anything on your side as a developer for us to support it, right? All the work is done on our side. There is no particular development need to be done. ZenGo is intelligently looking at the contract, at the code, at every many different other things happening on your Dapp, so that we can provide this safe signing user experience with ClearSign. That's it. We're done for today. I hope you had a good time. I invite you to also check the 2 other demos that we've done on how to use ClearSign with Collab.land and Tokenproof. You will see how it enhances the user experience and also how it protects you from malicious signing. If you have questions, obviously reach out to us. Those are all the ways that you can contact us with. You can also drop a comment into the comment section of YouTube. And we look forward to seeing you on ZenGo and using ZenGo for safely signing and interacting with applications in web3. That's all for today, GM, and see you soon.